Hello there, and welcome to the little modding session I'm going to give you today. Now, I've got all my mods in a giant folder on my desktop, so I'm just going to go into the WUO, which is what I created originally. We're going to go to the server side. Now, located inside of the maps folder, I might want to explain to you how to get into this. Now, the w underscore aw underscore uo underscore update files as needed that I sent you in the zip file. Inside you'll find two PK3 files. Now a PK3 file is just a zip file. Inside it holds other files that you'll need. The server file is actually what we'll be working with. Now I've already unzipped it and I've placed it right here as zzzzz blah 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 server side. The server side files are the ones that you don't have to download. The client side files are necessary to download. So I'm going to go inside the maps folder and go into the MP folder inside. Now if you'll look, you'll see a couple of random ones here, but this is just aw stuff that I haven't actually messed with. Inside the game types, however, you'll find aw.gsc or underscore aw.gsc. Now if we open that up, and I have Programmer's Notepad 2, that's what I always use, you can see this is all scripting. Now first off, the green text means that it's edited out. It's not actually being read. However, this right here is the beginning of a script, and this is actually one callback function. It's called callback underscore start game type. Now, if we're going to go ahead and skip down to it, I believe you wanted me to show you how to do map voting. So we're going to go ahead and search for Mapvote, something like that. Okay, now when we find it, we know what the code is now. Level.aw underscore mapvote. Now if we search for this, it'll come up to another area right here. And it shows us the actual scripting behind the map voting. However, we're going to try and figure out where this actually is being threaded from. So we're continuing down. We find another one. Okay, this still isn't what we're looking for. We're going to continue down. Random map rotation. However, this still isn't what we're looking for. Now the problem with this is you always have to look through and you have to figure out what the code is itself that you're going to be editing. Now the best idea would be for me to actually search through and find something like update CVARs, game type CVARs. There we go. Now that we're down to here, now we can search for it. Now this actually updates the game type CVARs, the changing variables themselves. Level.aw underscore debug entities actually gives you, okay, it's an array. Now the first thing is the name that it's given as a CVAR. So if you wanted to edit it in the config, you just type in aw underscore debug underscore entities and then a variable from 0 to 1. 0 right here means it's default 0. 0 means off. The 0 right here means the minimum is 0, and the 1 right here means the maximum is 1. And it's defined as an integer. However, if we go down here, you see this is filled in with anything, anything, anything. That means it could be infinite, and this is a string function. Actually, it's not infinite. It's more or less the pretend game type. You can have like say you want free for all, or not free for all, but it was called deathmatch back then. Team deathmatch, capture the flag. Last man standing or last team standing, whatever it is. Now these are all the level functions. These actually are CVARs read by the script. These are CVARs read in the config and they're transferred over, and that's what that CVAR def function is. It's CVAR define as blah blah blah. Now integers and strings are two of the kinds. Float are different. Strings can be, they're not numbers. They're usually they can be numbers, but they're usually a name. Like game type would be a string, or map name would be a string. However, float variables can be like 1.2 or 0.5 or 0.1. You can have decimals. Integers are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. They have to be strict numbers, no decimals, no room for error. It's like the difference between digital and right, well, I forgot the word that I'm looking for, but think of having think of being able to turn the volume up, or having a setting of volume off and volume on, highs and lows only. Now, I'm going to go ahead and search back for this because I kind of skipped over it. Now, if you look down, it says the CVAR def, and then it has 0 as the normal. We're going to change that to 1. That means now, by default, it's going to be on. And if you're going to leave, you're going to leave these alone. 0 means that's the minimum, 1 means that's the maximum, and it's an integer. So all you want to do is just change this one little thing. But if you look through, these are thousands of lines of script. And I've gone through and I've added a lot myself, in fact. All these HUD functions, I added all of those in myself, and I had a little bit of help a long time ago, but number 7, he was an old friend of mine. He just kind of fell off the map, it seems. Alright, 12,543 lines of script, all just there for you to look through. And all you had to do was change that one little function, that one that we're on. So, I mean, now all we have to do is we save the file, and I'm going to go ahead and send this to you in an updated server-side file. So I'm going to delete this one. And I'm going to go ahead and select all these, right-click, send to, and then we're going to look for a zipped folder. Now, of course, you probably don't have that ready. I'm just going to name this z.pk3 for now because I've got to get the actual name. pk3, zip file, they're the same thing again, as I said. So we're going to go ahead and rename AC. Control A means select all. Control C means paste, copy. And then Control V, paste. And I'm going to go ahead and send this to you. Alright, have a good day. 6 minutes and 38 seconds. The fastest time I've ever got through a short tutorial. Because I am horrible at tutorials. Have a good one.